Alright, let's try this again, because my first attempt was too long, and I hate editing, so we're going to just do this whole thing over. Lockdown was last night, and that's what I'm here to review. Overall, I thought this show was good, but I think TNA could have done a lot better. Personally, I would say this is out of their 4 pay-per-views this year. This will be their second, right behind Final Resolution. I thought Final Resolution was a little better than this. On to the review, shall we? The TNA X Division Championship match, I should say, which was an X Division match. The Xscape match, Jay Lethal versus Curry Man versus Sonjay Dutt versus Johnny Devine versus Shark Boy versus Consequences Creed. I thought this match was pretty good. We saw nice spots from a lot of them. You saw some good double team moves from Jay Lethal and Sonjay Dutt. You got to see Consequences Creed. We saw him on Lockdown. Lockdown. We saw him on Impact. But he showed off, good in the pay-per-view. I do like his finisher, the Creed ET. That's pretty good. Shark Boy, you saw him do the stunner and everything. Johnny Devine, I really like Johnny Devine for some reason. He's pretty cool. He actually spit on the fan, but when he was coming out, it was pretty funny. But it ended up coming down to Jay Lethal and Johnny Devine. Johnny Devine taped his wrist to the ropes, so he started climbing over the cage. Jay Lethal got himself free with a knife, dove on the outside, and Jay Lethal is still your X Division champion. And I believe those two are going to be facing each other on Impact this coming up week. I'm not sure about that, but I think they are, which should be a good match. Then we go to the craziest match, one of the craziest matches I've seen. The Queen of the Cage, Roxxi Laveaux versus Angelina versus Velvet Sky versus Salinas versus Rhaka versus Traci Brooks versus Christy Hemme versus Jackie Moore. This match was weird. I didn't understand it going into it. After watching it, I still don't understand it. I think a better match would have them fight to go over the top and get in the ring than those two to fight to get outside of the ring. That would have been pretty good. Overall, this match was pretty bad. When Roxxi Laveaux and Angelina Love got in the ring, they did some okay stuff. Roxx's pretty good in the ring. Angelina's kind of I do like the little voodoo drop she did. That's her finishing move, which is pretty good. Overall, like I said, this match was nothing, but I had to see this match. I had to witness this match at least once. Never want to see it again. BG James versus Kip James. All I gotta say, this match was bland. This match was boring. This match was so generic, it's not even funny. Kip James dominated from the opening bell, and he ended up losing with the roll-up. BG got like 3 offensive moves in. I know he did the shake rattle and roll, and he did like he threw Kip into the cage, and he got a roll-up, and he won. This feud doesn't look like it's over because they held hands. They held their arm in the air, I guess, saying they were back together. But then Kip turned on them. But I really don't care because this match was pretty boring. Then we go to Cuffed in the Cage match. You see I'm going a little fast here. Cuffed in the Cage match. Black Rain and Rellik versus the Rock and Rave Infection, which is Jimmy Rave and Lance Hoyt, Scott Steiner and Petey Williams, Homicide and Hernandez, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Eric Storm and Frankie Kazarian. I thought this match was pretty good. It's kind of like the Queen of the Cage. I didn't understand this going into the match, to the pay-per-view, I should say. After seeing it, it wasn't, it's not the worst gimmick match I've ever seen. I feel that, there was too many people in this match. I can say that. Take a couple people out of here. This match could have been good. Like I said, I don't really have any problem with the whole handcuff thing, but just too many people in the ring. Scott Steiner came in there, he started throwing people everywhere, he was wiping everyone out, and then he just bricked, and that was the end of his match. Pretty much LAX and Kaz pretty much made this match for what they were doing. Kaz did I think he did it on Jimmy Rave. He did the flux capacitor from I guess like it's the top of the rope or something. It looked sick. That's all I can say. I'm like crazy. Lance Hoyt did a choke slam to Kaz from the top rope, which was wild. Eric Young ended up coming out in a little Super Eric gimmick, which the fans are eating up like crazy. I don't understand it, but hey, they love it. They ended up winning the match. Eric Young was the last person not to be handcuffed. So he and Kaz win the match. I believe they're getting a tag team title shot on Impact. Only time will tell. Gail Kim and ODV versus Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed. this match was pretty good for women's. Well, not to say for women's match, because most of their matches are pretty good, but this match was good. You got to see Raisha Saeed, who was cheerleading Melissa in the ring. She worked on Gail Kim's arm like crazy, which was good. I seriously thought she was going to snap her arm in half. There was a nice Hurricane Rana spot from Gail Kim. ODB did some nice stuff. I don't really like the splash she did at the end to win it, but hey, what are you going to do? Like I said, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Then we went to Booker T and Sharmell versus Roode and Payton Banks. I kind of like the Kip James and BG James match. I just couldn't get into this. This was boring. I really don't like the Roode and Booker T feud. I think it's time for them to end this. They were pretty much in there 9/10 of the match. Sharmell got in there for about 30 seconds, and then she rolled up Payton Banks for the win. Like I said, another win out of nowhere. Pretty much the theme of this night, you know, getting the win out of nowhere. Like I said, that feud needs to be over with. Then we went to the War Games match, or Lethal Lockdown, which was Team Cage versus Team Tomko. Christian Cage and AJ, well, it was supposed to be Christian Cage and Tomko starting out, but AJ came in, he sneaked in. Those two were, you know, they were going back and forth for a good while, and they were doing some nice stuff. Christian ended up getting bumped off of the cage, which looked sick. Not the top of the cage, but he was climbing over the top, and he was on the outside, and he was like maybe like just a little ways halfway down, and he got knocked off, and looked pretty crazy. Let's see, Team 3D, they really did nothing. Tomko, he really didn't do anything. Sting, he dished out a couple drop kicks and clotheslines, but that's it. Matt Morgan, God, that guy looks scary, man. He is huge, and he was a beast. Rhino, he did some things, but I mean, he ended up getting the win with the gore on James Storm. James Storm did okay. Kevin Nash, he came in there, he bricked within the first 15 seconds. The big spot, the big thing about this match was the spot at the top of the cage. AJ and Christian were on a ladder. They had a table set up there, and all I could think was, you know, just please don't die, because it looked scary up there. It looked like they were going to hurt themselves. I'm glad they didn't. I don't know if that was the result they wanted with them going over top into the table, but like I said, I'm glad nothing worse happened, because that could have been something bad. I mean, it looked scary up there. It created some suspense, I'll say that. Overall, that match was it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, the finish was out of nowhere. Rhino with that gore, but and that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. But like I said, the match was good. Then we go to the main event: Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This match was good. The first 5 minutes, I've watched this match. I watched it last night. I got a hold of Lockdown. I watched it 2 more times. I just can't get into those beginning part of the matches, and that's not me, you know, saying anything against MMA, but I couldn't get into that. That was too, you know, I know they said it was going to be an MMA style, you know, but not in the professional wrestling ring. If this is the direction they're going to go, who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens. It wasn't enough Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle stuff in this match. I mean, we've seen them in the past go at it, and it didn't feel like they were wrestling each other like they had before. It just felt so different, and like I said, I really couldn't get into it. Muscle Buster for the win. Samoa Joe's the new champion. Overall, like I said, this pay-per-view was good. I can't see myself buying this on DVD. Maybe I'll change my mind soon, but right now, it doesn't look like it's worth it. Like I said, I enjoyed Final Resolution over this. Some people say this pay-per-view sucks. Some people say it was better than WrestleMania, which I think is so stupid why people compare this to WrestleMania. But anyway, like I said, I would recommend people seeing this at least once. Just check it out. It was a good pay-per-view, but it could have been better. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Instaclass 8 out.